Hi there. Now we're doing lesson 41. God goes with me wherever I go. Today's idea will eventually overcome completely the sense of loneliness and abandonment all the separated ones experience. Key words here: will eventually overcome completely. It's going to take time, but if you stay with this work, you will overcome the sense of loneliness and abandonment that all of us who think we're separate feel at some point or another. Depression is an inevitable consequence of separation. So are anxiety, worry, a deep sense of helplessness, misery, suffering, and intense fear of loss. Because we don't know ourselves as safe inside the mind of God, we don't see ourselves as connected to one another. We don't see ourselves as connected to all that is. Inside of that belief that we're separate, anxiety begins to creep in, worry, helplessness, because we see things that are bigger and things that are smaller. We feel empowered and a bully with things that are smaller. We feel like a victim and disempowered with things that are bigger. So this state of comparison only happens because we believe in separation. Paragraph 2. The separated ones have invented many cures for what they believe to be the ills of the world. But the one thing they do not do is to question the reality of the problem. Duh! If we only realized that we were one in the mind of God, all these problems would disappear. That's what we're waking up to, is realizing that we have to shift our perception and begin to think with truth. Truth is we're all made of energy. What is this energy? Pure consciousness. Can we be separate? Absolutely not. Because how do I know where my energy starts and yours ends? There's nothing in between us. So energetically, we're all interconnected. That's just the way that it is. But we have to train our mind to understand that that is so. Even if quantum physics proves that to be so, we don't always believe even what science tells us is so. So anyways, sentence number 2. But the only thing they do not do is to question the reality of the problem. Yet, its effects cannot be cured because the problem is not real. So this is where things get really a lot of fun. So we got a problem that we can't cure, but actually the problem is not even real. The idea for today has the power to end all this foolishness forever. This idea, God goes with me wherever I go. It can end all foolishness, because if you're made of energy, God's made of energy, how can you not always be with God? Always, always and forever. God's in everything that we see because we are one energy. Sentence number 5 in paragraph 2. And foolishness it is, despite the serious and tragic forms it may take. We are about to end the illusion of the ego, which is pure foolishness. Paragraph 3. Deep within you is everything that is perfect, ready to radiate through you and out into the world. Because once we unblock the truth of who we are, once we remove the debris of the ego thought system, what we are is naturally going to flow. Isn't that cool to know? You don't have to make it flow. It's going to naturally flow. You got to remove the blocks to it. It will cure all sorrow, all pain and fear and loss, because it will heal the mind that thought these things were real and suffered out of its allegiance to them. When you no longer believe you're separate, life unfolds with fun and ease. When you no longer believe the madness of the ego, there's nothing to be afraid of. You're one and interconnected with everything. Granted, this is a simple thing. Just shift your beliefs and you lift your vibration. You lift your perception to that of God's perception. But it's not easy because it takes time to retrain our mind. But we're all moving in the same direction, which is to stop believing foolish ideas that are not true. They instill fear, but they're still not true. And they only instill fear because we have an allegiance to the fact that they can instill fear. Once you pull that allegiance away, it can no longer instill fear. Paragraph 4. You can never be deprived of your perfect holiness because its source goes with you wherever you go. So as long as God goes with me wherever I go, I am holy. I can deny it, but I can't change that it is so. I can pretend that I'm not alive. I can decide, oh, yeah, I'm dead. I can decide that if I want to, but it doesn't stop the fact that I'm alive. So no matter what we decide to deny about the truth of who we are, it's never going to change, period. It cannot change, period. You can never suffer because the source of all joy goes with you wherever you go, once you know that that's who you are. You can never be alone because the source of all life goes with you wherever you go. Nothing can destroy your peace of mind because God goes with you wherever you go. You can't destroy it, but you can block it. You cannot get rid of your joy, but you can deny that it is there for you to feel. Paragraph number 5. We understand that you do not believe all this. Duh, of course we don't believe this because we're trained not to. How could you when the truth is hidden deep within, under a heavy cloud of insane thoughts, dense and obscuring, yet representing all you see? So this dense cloud that is our thought system that we project onto the world, we are looking through that density, assuming that everything out there is real. But it is just a distraction from us coming inside to know that God is with us wherever we go, because God is the source of the light that we see with, the light that we would see through the illusion if we decided to no longer believe something that is so foolish. All right, let's get to the next one. So today we will make our first real attempt to get past this dark and heavy cloud and go through it to the light beyond. Paragraph 6. There will be only one long practice period today. In the morning, as soon as you get up, if possible, sit quietly for some 3 to 5 minutes with your eyes closed. At the beginning of the practice period, repeat today's idea very slowly. God goes with me wherever I go. Then make no effort to think of anything. Try instead to get a sense of turning inward, past all the idle thoughts of the world. Try to enter very deeply into your own mind, keeping it clear of any thought that might divert your attention. God goes with me wherever I go. And just feel the truth of that. Feel the essence of that Creator inside of you. Feel the energy of the Most High, the Most Holiest in you, as you, with you. Let yourself feel that. It just envelops you. It just can take you over. Knowing that that's what you are. It goes with you wherever you go. It walks with you, in front of you, behind you, beside you, above you, below you. God goes with me wherever I go. I know this to be my truth. All we're doing is not letting thoughts that say that's not true. God can't be with me. God cannot love me. You just say no to those thoughts. You just disregard them. Don't even pay attention to them. And just feel God goes with me wherever I go. And let yourself have that moment of truth where you just feel it. And it makes you not want to leave that space. But I'll leave it for you so I can keep reading. So paragraph 7. From time to time, you may repeat the idea if you find it helpful. But most of all, try to sink down and inward, away from the world and all the foolish thoughts of the world. You are trying to reach past all these things. You are trying to leave appearances and approach reality. It is quite possible to reach God. In fact, it is very easy because it is the most natural thing in the world. You might even say it is the only natural thing in the world. The way will open if you believe that it is possible. It's all it requires is for us to believe that it is possible. And once you decide that it is possible for you, knowing that God goes with you wherever you go, it just becomes so easy. and the most delicious thing that you can possibly do, and the thing you will become, you will love it so much you become addicted to it. And it's a good addiction. You become addicted to love. So this exercise can bring very startling results, even the first time it is attempted. And sooner or later, it always succeeds. It's always successful. We will go into more detail about this kind of practice as we go along, but it will never fail completely, and instant success is possible. But you got to let your mind let you have this instant success. Paragraph 9. Throughout the day, use today's idea often, repeating it very slowly, preferably with eyes closed. Think of what you are saying, what the world means. Concentrate on the holiness that they imply about you, on the unfailing companionship that is yours, on the complete protection that surrounds you. If God goes with you wherever you go, and God is the creator of the world, the creator of everything that is imagination, inspiration, everything that is eternal, how can you not be safe? How could you not feel the safety that comes from acknowledging that God goes with you wherever you go, and you know the truth of what God is? It just goes hand in hand. Only the ego wants to tell you that it's not. But even if you believe that it is not, it doesn't change that it is. Paragraph 10. You can indeed afford to laugh at fear thoughts, remembering that God goes with you wherever you go. Oh, I have a fear that I'm going to die. God and I are one. My eternalness is guaranteed. Sure, I may lose the body, but that's a silly thought. That's foolish. That's insane. Oh, I'm afraid that I'll get an illness. Well, isn't that crazy? Because the source of wellness, it goes with you wherever you go. That energy of eternalness is what you are. What a foolish thought that you can get sick. But yet, because we believe it, the mind has to give us evidence of it, and we project that out into the world. I'm going to be alone. I'll never have a mate to love me. Well, isn't that a foolish thought? My gosh, let's laugh at that one. How can you be alone when you're connected to all that is? Wow. The things that we believe that instill fear simply act as a block to deny what is already true and so. But when we have the death experience, which is just a dropping of the body, your energy just drops the body, pulls out, then you realize the truth that has been true all along. That's why we keep coming back, because we know, wow, what a fun ride. I wonder what new adventure I'm going to experience. Because God goes with us wherever we go, because we are God. We are the presence of God. Each of us is an expression of that. And that's what we have to realize, so that we can begin to create a world where there's no worry, no fear, no depression, no anxiousness, no anger, no separation, no condemnation, no judgment. This is a beautiful time to realize that God goes with us wherever we go. Why? Because we're one. You can deny it, but you can't stop it from being the truth. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next lesson.